I heard this story. There was this man who had to go to the local pet store. And so he went to his pet store to get some business done. And as he walked in, there was one of those talking birds, a parrot, a talking parrot. And he walked in and he didn't really pay attention, but then he heard these words, "Hey, mister." And he stopped and he turned in the direction of the bird, and it was the bird. The bird said, "Hey, mister." And he stopped and he looked, and the bird goes, "You're nothing but a chump." And he just, like, beside himself, this bird's calling me a chump. And he just kind of ignored him, and he said it again, "You're a chump." And he just said, "You don't know what you're talking about, bird." And so he went about and did his business. He saw the owner, and he said, "Hey, you need to talk to your bird up there. It's, insulting me when I come in, and I don't appreciate that." And the owner was apologetic. He said, "I'm sorry, I'll go talk to that bird." And so the owner went to the bird and said, "Hey, you can't insult customers like that. Now, you got to keep it under control there." Well, a couple of days later, the man had to come back. So he came back to the pet store. He walked in, ready to do his business. As he walked in the door, he heard this voice that said, "Hey, mister." And he turned, and it was that bird. And he said, "You're nothing but a chump." And disgusted, he just looked at that bird, and the bird said, "Yep, nothing but a chump." He went right to that store owner, and he said, "Look, I told you, this bird is insulting me, calling me a chump when I walk into your store. Now, I really don't appreciate that, and I really wish that you would talk to this bird." And he said, I'm so sorry. I will talk to him, and I'll take care of it." And so the owner went to that bird. He said, "Now listen, you cannot talk to our customers that way. You're going to drive them off, and I don't want you doing that anymore, or I'm going to put you in the cage with the cats." So hopefully the bird gets the message. Well, a third time the guy comes into the store. And he walks into the store, and he hears these words, "Hey, mister." And he stopped, and he turned, and the bird goes, "You know." "You know." Humorous story. But not so humorous when in our own lives we're battling these voices. Satan will do everything that he can, and while we're thinking about what God wants us to do and we're trying to pursue him, we hear this voice that says, "Hey, mister." That little tap on the shoulder, that reminds us of all the lies, of all the things that Satan tries to fill our head with that are contrary to what the voice of God is telling us. And just when we get to that point where we think, okay, we've got it, I'm not listening to that voice anymore, we hear, "Hey, mister, you know." And that's when we need to say, yes, I do know. I know I'm a child of God. I know that I've been forgiven. I know that my past is under the blood. There's power in the blood. We sang about that. What we know is that we know that God created us in his image just the way that he did.